And can you go over a few of those mistakes that you were making? And so in case anybody else out there is making the same mistakes, they can know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I've listed some of them
Oh,
in the
nice.
presentation that I'm going to show you right away, but we can just get a little bit ahead. So for example, one thing we already talked about is like when you have different code patterns, it gets really difficult to work together. Or for example, let me tell you a quick story. I was accompanying a team that had a very specific job. They did not develop a machine learning model. They received a machine learning model kind of ready, done. Okay, this is the model, it's ready. Now your job is to get this and put it in production. Okay, so in this process of receiving the model's code, the notebooks, the codes, the configuration files, the CSVs, a lot of CSVs back then, no database information in this case, a lot of CSVs files. So in the process of putting it all together, understanding what was going on and trying to debug the project, it took like 3 months. And unfortunately, yeah, and unfortunately, this was one of those projects that never got into production. So, for example, the team was very frustrated. Of course, they talked to me about it a lot, and they said, "Well, you didn't develop. It's so different. The code styling is so different. We." And so what happened was when they were almost in the phase to productionize it, so there's a bug, and when they find a bug, they see that they have to go back there in ETL
Uh,
process. And to fix ETL process, when they fix this, there's another problem.
yeah.
And this that was designed to work on my machine does not work in the server.
Yeah,
And
make
that
it
was
stop, man.
so
It hurts
things,
my
yeah.
head. I'm just thinking about it.
Things like this, you know. So this is one of the cases that I remember with joy, if you may
Yeah,
say
I'm
so.
sure.
I have a good memory of that. But you know, so this is a problem that illustrates, for example, very different code patterns that illustrate those situations where you don't have what we call organization redundancy. So sometimes a project is very dependent on one person. If something happens with this person, what should we do? Are we hostages of the person? I don't say this in a bad way. You understand me? But if someone changes company or gets sick, or someone is about to go on vacation, we have the right to go on vacation, right?
Totally,
So
totally.
we have to have that kind of redundancy that someone or a few people can take from where it stopped, knowing exactly what happened, knowing the structure. So this was an issue that we encountered many times. Also, code quality was an issue. um, I don't know about the context in Europe or in the US, but in Brazil, most data science teams, they don't have the good practice of testing their code. And this is mainly because as data science is a very, how can I say, is a field that is composed by people from several backgrounds. There are computer scientists, economists, mathematicians, and sociologists, musicians, whatsoever. And those people don't have actually software engineering training. They did not have that. So they start studying and fulfilling the gaps that they have. So for a reason or for the other, they don't have this process to check the code or to do testing, automatized testing and automated testing. um, so this is a problem because when you are just about to send a project to production, then you find a bug, and then when you fix this one, you find another, and then you start this all over again. You know,
Yeah.
if you just check it, all the steps of the process, you can assure that you have something very stable, very very solid through the end. Some of the problems that we had a lot of manual work. You know, um, so if we need a cloud structure, people would just open the console or the view that they have to do it in Azure, AWS, or Google Cloud or whatsoever. And they start doing it by hand. And when I build a model, I code in my machine and then I export the artifacts in my machine. Sometimes I send it to people, the architecture people. Sometimes there are people that send it by email, you know and so things are done very manually. So code is not reproducible, code is not reusable. We have a process that is really slow and very risky, because if something goes wrong in the way, we have to build it all over again. It's a mess.
Yeah, and also
And
you
we
don't
also
know,
have
you can't track what happened.
yeah. Exactly. Oh, something got wrong. Okay, what got wrong? When? How do we fix it? This is an issue also.
So
And
this
we
is,
have this.
oh, go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
I'll ask.
and we have this abyss between experimentation code and production code. I've seen a lot of people that are developing a model, doing experimentations, lots of experimentations. They do not have they don't tend to track their experimentations, to monitor, to log metrics, to log models, and this kind of stuff. We're going to talk about it when I show you Hermione. Um, and then there's this abyss between experimentation code and production code. So you develop everything in your machine, do it in your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so now I'm ready. Now let's go to production. Okay, so this won't work in the server. This won't work. We don't have. This won't work with Docker. We
Yeah.
have to change your code, and then you keep weeks refactoring everything, redoing everything, so you can put it into production.
I just want to
also.
I want to get a pulse check right now. If anybody has ever had that happen to them, can you let us know in the chat? Because I get the feeling that it's not something that only happened to you. So,
I would like to know that. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.